Shambho Mahadev Mahadev. Yes, we were on Ishwaroricha on the 4th.
You said you do little more explanations of the first 6 siddhis.
4 and 5 shlokas we have done. Okay. Explanations we are doing later. Actually, it is coming on the later part, so we just finished it. Next shloka is 6th shloka on the siddhis we were talking about. So the 8 siddhis are naturally in the Lord, in the infinite, in infinite proportions, and by him conferred in varying degrees on the yogi, depending upon the yogi's dedication and devotion. This increases. This is the valid point. Many yogis must be following the same path, same technique. But here Bhagavan says that here, Yeta me siddhaya saumya ashtavautpattikaha. The 8th, that is the 8th siddhi, but he says, Yeta me siddhaya. Everything may be right, everything may be as according to the systematically what has been prescribed, but he says there are naturally in the Lord infinite. They are all the capacities are in the Lord in infinite capacity, infinite, so much full, and by him conferred, even though it is here said as an individual, by him conferred in varying degrees on the yogis. No. It's not same. Vasishtha and Vishwamitra is not same. Even though Narada is different, Brahaspati is different, Shukracharya has different capacities. See, various yogis and various capabilities have been divided. How? On what basis? Is it discretion, a unilateral discretion that God has taken, the God as an individual distributing the degrees to the people? No, it's not like that. That is where we have to understand why it is him conferred in varying degrees on the yogi. Here comes the extraordinary qualification of a yogi, where the intensity and the we can say quantum of devotion and dedication. Intensity or certain things are acquired by the technique. You don't require anybody's help. You don't require anybody's support. You can do it yourself, like concentration, like extra sensitive perception, ESPN, extra sensitive perception. There are so many programs you must have heard, like orientation of mind, reading others' mind, face reading, characteristic reading. These are all can be practiced. You don't require, if you know the technique and if the technique is there, you practice it, you will get it. Depending upon your practice, you will get it. But whereas these Ashtasiddhis, Bhagavan's, what are these? Ashtasiddhis. These Ashtasiddhis you will get only based on the, first of all, tapasya. Second, that the tapasya is already there and dedication, this upasana is there. All the methods are there, these are all there, but over and above that, depending upon the intensity of varying degrees in the yogis means varying degrees depending upon the yogi's devotion and dedication. It is distributed, disbursed, here is conferred. See. It's conferred. It is not divided, it is conferred. Conferred in the sense it automatically gets distributed. You see. It's not distributed by anybody, conferring them. You see. That is, there is a mass and it gets distributed. Now suppose there is a mass of something. Depending upon each individual's capacity to absorb it, he absorbs it. That's all. Same way in a yogi also, this variation is there depending upon the devotion and dedication. How to increase the devotion and dedication? This cannot be increased, this cannot be reduced. These are characteristics. How it comes, how this devotion and dedication comes, on what basis, what is the basis of devotion and dedication? The basis of devotion and dedication is depending upon your absolute faith. See, when there is faith, there is devotion and dedication. When there is no faith, then it will be a grandfather from whom you have to get money. So you will show your integrity to that extent. Oh, grandfather, you will press his legs, bring him pan and what not. Then once the money is in your hand, grandfather is forgotten. Forgotten in the sense, okay, not important. The importance is a purpose, you see. Many yogis, what happens? The importance is purpose. Some yogis here, what? Importance is Brahma Sakshatkara. Fine, no problem. Even that reduces the degree of devotion and dedication because you got a purpose behind it. Purpose in the sense, everything has a purpose. It's not that here. What I mean specifically is that you have a personal requirement there. As I told you last class, the necessity. There should be no necessity. Once it is Lord's lamb, then there is no necessity. But here there is a necessity. I would like to be a Brahma Sakshatkara. Like we talked about Maharishis, Vishwamitra and all that. I want to be a Brahmarshi. So when discussed in this Abha, my sister said, what is lacking? Vishwamitra asked vehemently, in which way I am inferior to you? That I have not been, this is story actually, whether it has happened or not. Sorry. Somewhere it is written big, probably only to discuss such matters, So Vishwamitra was not awarded the Brahmarshi Pada initially. Afterwards he got it. He is a Brahmarshi only. Afterwards he got it means, I will tell you that also. I have told it, I think, sometime. He went and then he said, look, I'm not at all. Brahma, Vasishtha was there, Brahaspati was there, and Narada was there, others all were there. On what basis, what is the difference between your knowledge and my knowledge that one should not be qualified to be a Brahmarshi is my question. Why I should not be a Brahmarshi when you can be a Brahmarshi? Vasishtha said, that is the disqualification. Otherwise everything is same. That alone is the disqualification. Yes. You want to be the Brahmarshi. Why? You are Brahmarshi. That should be the concept. Then it was returned and all that. Then he killed so many sons of Vasishtha. There's a story. At one point of time, when one day Vishwamitra himself, after the sons were dead and all that, Vishwamitra one day goes to Vasishtha's place. He thought he will insult him and things like that, but nothing has happened. It's a big story. Nothing has happened. He received him. You know how he received him? He said, "Hey Brahmarshi, please come." That's how he addressed him. Why? Because leaving his ego and ahankara, he went to see Vasishtha. Vasishtha had no such grudges in him, even though he killed 100 sons of his, 1,000 sons of his Vasishtha's, 100 sons of Vasishtha's sons. He did not have that grudge because that was supposed to happen according to certain things. So this has happened. So when Vishwamitra went to him, he was invited, he was addressed and he was welcomed addressing him as, "Hey Brahmarshi, you are welcome." Then he was amazed. Then, "How did you say that? I am not a Brahmarshi. How did you invite me?" Told me that here I am a Brahmarshi because earlier you had the ahankara of that you are a Brahmarshi. So long that ahankara that you have the Brahmarship, you are not a Brahmarshi. Today you have left that ahankara. You came to me to visit me. That itself shows that that your ahankara is no more there. Minus ahankara, Vishwamitra is a Brahmarshi. That's all. It was with ahankara that has happened. So, what I mean to say, see, they conferred the degree of the siddhi based on the devotion and dedication. How the devotion and dedication has come? The faith, absolute faith. Here what happened? The faith was not there. There was an intention behind it. I want to be a Brahmarshi. I am competent enough. I want to be a Brahmarshi one. Second is that in order to have that faith, how the ahankara has come? Because the lackness of the faith was there. When the faith is there, the slackness of this one will not be there. So automatically, the devotion and dedication will automatically come. Devotion and dedication is not practiced. It is not a technique that with which you can have dedication, with which you can have devotion. You can show any amount of giving, any amount of as I told you that as we as children wanted something from the grandfather, how we try to please him, get it, even though he must be knowing it, but he will appear, he will pretend that he doesn't know, and let him take all the tactics, you see. He will enjoy that, you see. Then they will do all that, they know that what is the purpose. After that, there is no grandfather. Same way, the siddhis, even though, which one? Siddhis, which Bhagavan confers it. The dasha siddhis which comes after, based on the sattva, that you can do practice and get it done. Intense meditation. Like these are all, the asuras are doing that after the sattva. They do intense meditation, intense tapasya, intense this thing that practice, then gain something. You see, these siddhis can be done. So this dasha siddhis, after becoming a sattva, you can gain after that, you see. Like, as I told you, procuring material benefits and many other miracles, like even paragaya praveshanam can be done through practice, through sattva. After the sattva, through practice, one can do it. But they are not the deva siddhis. No? They are not deva siddhis. For Atma Sakshatkari, paragaya praveshanam need not be learnt. Why? Because he will be in a layam of the Parabrahman and he is all over. Why? Praveshanam has to be specifically done. He knows the whole universe. Why the individual alone? You understand? So those are the dasha siddhis which are practiced through the sattva. But these ashtasiddhis, what was based on the Ishvara Sakshatkaram or Bhagavat Sakshatkaram, or based on the devotion and degrees, they are conferred in various degrees to the yogis based on the devotion, dedication. That means the devotion and dedication comes on your absolute faith, and the faith can be established through the absolute jnanam. Faith establishes on absolute jnanam. Otherwise, you will be wavering on a subject. If there is a jnanam of a subject, you won't be wavering on that. You see, you won't be, you know this is right, this is wrong. Who has a suspicion? The one who doesn't know whether it is right or wrong. Is it not? Same way, a man who has to have faith, he should have absolute jnana. Otherwise, he will, temporarily, whatever comes to the mind, he will, according to do that, you see, depending upon his emotions and the information at that point of time. How is your mind status? and circumstances, environments. Sometimes you get good ideas, sometimes you get bad ideas, sometimes you think good, sometimes you think bad. They vary from that because he doesn't have the proper jnana. The jnani will be stable, like a flame when there is no wind. In a flame, when there is wind, then only it starts shaking, is it not? When there is no wind, it is steady and firm and constant. In the same manner, that faith should be constant. Faith should not be based on the personal requirement. Bhagavan has given me a lot of blessings, so I have become such and such, such and such. Okay, let me do what is that? One Sandhya Deepam or one one Naivedyam, one Alankaram, whole day Alankaram of Bhagavan, whole day Puja of Bhagavan. How do you do it? When you get something, and how many times have you done it? Once in lifetime. I have also done Raksha Deepam, I have also done Deeparadhana, I have also done Sandhya Deeparadhana by paying some money. They are without faith. The faith is totally different. That comes only through jnana. So there what happens? Why jnana is required? Because then the personal requirements will not be there. Why these are all happening? Sorry. These are all happening because of ahankara and the desire. Moham and ahankara. This is the reason why kama and ahankara. This is the reason why you don't have faith. Once jnanam is there, then the ahankara and the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, and the matsarya is no more valid to you. So what happens? A jnani will definitely have definite faith, and from that the bhakti, the devotion and dedication, the bhakti and the dedication and bhakti and shraddha that arises from that faith. You know? Faith is the reason. If faith is not there, this will not come. The other things are pretension. One may get emotional. You may find so many bhaktas, when they pray, they cry. All that is there. They are emotions, and they are only temporary. As I say that, it's like smashana vairagyam. When they go to the temple, they are very pious. Out of temple, piousness gone, and something else. They are because the firm faith, jnanam is not there. They have bhakti. I don't say they don't have bhakti. They would like to have bhakti. They would like to show bhakti. They have bhakti. They will show it also. But it is only for a purpose or for a particular time. Either for a purpose or for a particular time. Both are absolutely wrong. But a jnani will never do that. Because he knows on the 24 hours, it is that what is the truth. That's all. There is no difference. So Bhagavan says, so this is the basis. So that is why he said these siddhis, we have already explained the 8 siddhis, we have already explained in the last class. So those can be acquired, attained only through, practice is there, but along with that, the devotion and dedication has to be there. Then the 6th shloka, Bhagavan says, Anormimatvam dehe asmin dura shravana darshanam manojava kamarupam paragaya praveshanam. Anormimatvam, being unruffled by the necessary evils. Here Evils such as, what are the evils? Necessary evils. No, there are necessary evils and unnecessary evils. Necessary evils are thirst, hunger. They are there, but they have to be there. So long Sharira is there, it will be there. So this is known as necessary evils. Even though they are evil, hunger is an evil. Because of hunger only, one is inspired to commit a sin sometimes. One is because of the thirst, one is inspired to commit a sin. That's why this is known as evil. The requirement, because there is a requirement, even though it's genuine. For a man, Sharira, to keep up the Sharira, hunger is there, and the, what is it? Hunger and thirst, etc. are there. These are all necessary, these are required. We say, we call it as it is necessary. Yes, it is necessary, but here Upanishad explains about the necessary evils, they say. Once the Sharira is associated with Ishwaratvam, Layam, then the Ahara is not very important. That's why Alpa Aharam, many yogis you will find there is no Ahara or very little. Ahara is not very important. Hunger is not important. Thirst is not important. So hunger and thirst are requirements of the physical body. So the physical body is the one who is responsible for having a mind, and that is responsible for all the evils. So because one is hungry, one can steal. Suppose one man is hungry, he will see something for his food, he will steal. It is not considered as, even though it should not be considered as papa, it is a papa, it is an evil. It's an evil done by, not an intentional evil that he has done for the purpose of doing an evil. We will say that, oh, to fulfill his hunger, he has done it. No. But there is no excuse. So, but what happened? This has been divided into necessary evils and unnecessary evils. One who is sitting in luxury and stealing money, like many of our great people are doing, looting the country. Actually, poor people's tax money and other money that is coming from there. And even though they are sitting on a very comfortable position, this is unnecessary evil. That's an evil which is absolutely punishable evil. Here, necessary evil. So long the Sharira and Mana is there, even though this is also considered to be evil, because having a Sharira itself is considered to be evil. Why? Because it is only because of the karma phalas one has acquired the Sharira. This is a classification of the necessary evil. Why it has been told? That's why he said, Dehe asmin dura. No, this because of that. Anurumimatvam. This necessary evils of the body. Dehe. What? Asmin dura shravana darshanam. Hearing and seeing things. Hearing and seeing things. These constitute two powers. Hearing is one power and seeing is another power. These constitute two powers. And these powers are there with the Sharira, Manojavaha. And from a distance, swiftness like that of a mind assuming any form at will. The mind also can assume any form at will. Is it not? And the mind can assume any form at will. That they said, entering into others' body. And the mind can form any other formation. I mean, its parakaya pravesham is what? It's not this Sharira by itself is going into others. Parakaya pravesham. Who does the parakaya pravesham? Only Mana does it. Mind does it. In others. That's how, not the Sharira. Sharira will be there. So when the mind acquires the powers of, when you don't have the necessary evils and unnecessary evils, and when you have the Shakti of the hearing and seeing from the far, and the swiftness of the mind when it is practiced, swiftness of mind, and certain practices are to be done, certain tapasya has to be done. With that, what happens? Mind becomes absolutely peaceful, quiet, and unagitated. at that point of time, this can assume, in the sense, other body, that can enter into another body and then experience that body. This is called parakaya praveshana. Siddhi, it is there in every yogi. This siddhi is there. In every yogi, this siddhi will be there in parakaya praveshana. The moment you go to him, he knows why you have come. Even though he may not show it at all, then he will ask you, why did you come? We call him Trigaldarshi and all that. Actually what he does is that his mind has already inquired what is there. Because his mind is absolutely not preoccupied with his own self, with his own sharira and mana, with his own activities, because he doesn't have any other activities. So he, being the one which is away from all this, he immediately identifies what the other person is and requires. He doesn't express it because it's not supposed to be shown. So Parakaya Praveshanam, there are lots of stories in Puranas. In Puranas, various stories are there, various importance is there. So this can be practiced also. Swachanda mrityur devanam. Next sloka. Swachanda mrityur devanam saha krida anudarshanam yada sankalpa siddhirajñam pradihata gati. Swachanda mrityu, dying according to one's own wish. This also, with sattva, this can be attained. With sattva, this can be attained. Swachanda mrityu. Saha krida anudarshanam, joining in the recreation of the gods. Saha krida anudarshanam, that means forms fulfillment. The next is fulfillment. This requires just a little of physical effort on the part of a yogi, which distinguishes it from the kamavasyayita. Fulfillment, recreation with the gods. According to sattva, after sattva what happens? There was a rishi, I told you that in Lucknow there was a person, he was in army, he's a retired major or somebody, I forgot his name. Sorry, I forgot his name. He's no more, of course. He happened to go to where Ramana Maharshi's was. So I told this story long back. He was a person who used to go and sit in mountain top or a secluded place, do lot of tapasya. Then he used to see Lord comes and plays with him. When I said is this Saha Krida Anudarshanam, Lord comes and plays with him, even though it is there in his mind, that desire is there. But because of his tapasya, he wanted to achieve this pleasure. He wanted to achieve this pleasure, so automatically it happens. That's why certain siddhis, what you want to have, that you can have. Like Swachanda Mrityu. Swachanda Mrityu is again like Bhishma Pitamaha has done. He also, because of his sattva practices, he has acquired this. Not only that, as far as Bhishma is concerned, he has got other background also because he is one of the Ashtavasurs. So he has these capacities. But Swachanda Mrityu can be attained after sattva by practicing certain practices. One can do it. Same way, recreation of the God, joining the recreation of the gods. This. Then comes the fulfillment. This requires physical. There are certain yogic asanas and there certain things are there. So fulfillment of any desire in the mind. They are all physical formations. fulfillment of any desire, let it be any desire. Swami Yogananda Paramahamsa, when he went to US, somebody asked, can you make how many thousands of millions of dollars in 3 months' time? So he said, okay. He did meditation and he produced, he through a business or something like that, he created few $1 million, more than or 3 times than he has asked. He says that yes, it is possible because sato. Due to sattva, after the sattva, then tapasya done on a particular purpose, that siddhi can be attained. Now what will happen with that money to you, that you don't know. That money can kill you, that money can destroy you, that money can do anything, whatever it is. If you want money, you will get money. That's what it says. So, fulfillment wished for the object, that's it. Fulfillment wished for any object. There are so many things people are doing. Even a small hypnotic, you know it is. A small hypnotic suggestion, it can make so many things. What is all this tantra? Tantra is nothing but these siddhis through certain amount of certain mantras are there. You must chant, you must have certain pujas are there, and certain procedure is there, and some amount of dedication and devotion has to be there, some tapasya has to be there, and you attain that. See, it is possible. By practice it is possible. But they cannot attain Parabrahman by that practice, it is not possible. That is, you have to go through the siddhis. His fulfillment wished for object, having one's command obeyed everywhere without fail. Trigala jnatomadam parajitadya abhinyata agnyar kambu vichadinam pradishtambho parajaya. Trigala jnatomahatam, trigala jnato, past knowledge of the past, present and future. Like we go into regression, past life regression, this knowledge can be acquired. Like we do similar to that, see, there we do a certain, our own life only is being seen. Same way, Trigala Jnatva, on a certain jnanam, certain things what you want to know, you will be able to know the past, present and future. Not being affected by the pairs of opposites. Opposites means cold and hot and all that. Reading others' thoughts. This is also can be practiced. By concentrating on one can read the thought. That's called the mind reading. Concentrating the influence, that can be done. That's very, very easily done. Counteracting the influences of fire. Suppose from the not only fire, sun, water, poison and like that. From all these things you can save yourself. If there is a fire, it will not affect you. We must have heard. Now I can tell you one important thing. Hiranyakashipu's sister, Holika, no? Holika has got a capacity that she can sit on the fire, she will not get burnt, but all other things will get burnt. Based on that only, a requisition was made for Holika to be brought to Hiranyakashipu's palace so that Krishna can be burnt. Prahlada. Okay, Krishna. Prahlada can be burnt. Prahlada being the Lord's, again, he has got siddhis. He doesn't have any of these siddhis, but he has got siddhi with Bhagavan Layam. He is not himself. So what happened? He has got siddhis of sattva. What is it? Kalika. Holika has got siddhis of sattva. This has got siddhis of siddhi. So naturally, this has got burned. And he overpowered That means Ashtasiddhis overpowers the Dashasiddhis, siddhas. Automatically it revoked, rebounced on that, and the holika was burned completely. This is an example. I just connecting when we are talking about the siddhis. I'm just talking. So when he said about the fire and water and all that, I suddenly remembered about this incident only. There are so many like that. Influences of fire, sun, water, poison. Many people who can practice this, all based on sattva. Sattva in the sense the practices, sattva practices, that sincere, honest practicing. That's called sattva. As I told you, there is one yogi, it's not one saint or one practitioner, one saint, who takes snake poison every day. Now at one point of time, his system will be completely resistant to any of those poisons. To make him effect by that, he has to use higher degree of the poison in him, then only he can die. Till then, because he will be suffering. This is what happened. This is siddhi only. Am I right? So this is what is called. Are you getting it? What I am trying to do? This is what is called desha siddhi. That to have, like asuras wanted to have powers in order to control others, to kill others, to like they do mayas, and they do all sorts of things in order to destroy and destruct. These are all Shakti. It is possible. This is what he says. It is not that it is there and it will be there. It can be there because this is possible by anyone by acquiring the sattva and then do certain things. Even today it is being done. As I told you, I have read one's own that sannyasi, he himself has, not that I have heard it somebody, he himself has told he is taking snake poison every day or with milk. So you can imagine what will be his condition at one point of time. Absolutely snake or poison. So these are all siddhis, and then he can do lot of things with that siddhi. He's able to do that. So resistance. So concentrating on counteracting the influence, counteracting. So naturally you can counteract influences of fire, sun, water, poison and the like, and not being overcome by anybody. So he can be the supreme on that. So to be that, so many people have tried. Even today, this is what people are all trying to do. Is not want to become more powerful. That's all. Everybody's mind is that I should be bigger than the other person. I should be such and such. I should be such and such. They all want this only, and this can be acquired. As once I remember, she told me that there is a gentleman. I don't know. I heard about it, of course. After that, I heard about it. Actually, first information she gave me. Then there is a person somewhere in South Chennai or somewhere. Then the man who can do so many things, he will do something and make your business flourish for about 2 to 3 years time. And he will assess. This will be your earning in 3 years time. Out of that, some 25% or some percentage is there. That has to be given to him in advance. That money has to be paid, and which you will get, he says, and he says it, and it happens also. Many people it has happened. But after 3 years, that nobody knows. So there's a limitation for that, you see. So 3 years or 2 years, whatever it is, there's a limitation for that, and one gets this. After that, one can do everything, gone, finished. This also can happen. But what is that? Again, overcoming these are all sattva siddhis. This is possible by anybody. It is, if he can do it, somebody else also can do it. There are so many people doing it. Today, what happens is that they are given a lot of names for that, because now many of people give many names. Like when we go to Italian restaurant, you will get a very long name, or some, not Italian or any other restaurant, which I do not know anything else. Don't ask me anything. I am very very, very bad in it. There will be a long name. By looking at it, we may think so many things. You order it, you will get bindi fry. And so, in our language, it is bindi fry. La kulino lo la se la. What is that? Bindi fry. How many pieces? 3 pieces. How much money? 250 rupees. So, oh my God, today he cannot. You tell him that there may be line in the, that he has to come tomorrow. Om Shanti. Siddhis. So what we said is that this kind of siddhis one can acquire. If somebody is interested, they can. There are so many people who are interested in this. One can acquire it through sattva. It is possible. एताश्वेद्वेषतः प्रोक्ता योगधारणसिद्धया यया धारणया स्वाद्यथा वास्यानिबोध मे. These in brief are the powers that came out of concentration in yoga. These in brief are the powers that came out of concentration in the sense tapasya. Concentration is not that concentration through yoga. Now learn from me, Bhagavan says, learn from me what powers came out of particular concentrations and the way they come. Now he is trying to explain each individual power. Learn from me what powers came out of particular concentration, particular way of tapasya, what came out, and the way they come. This is what he wants to tell us. From this up to the end of the chapter, details are given. In each case, it will be noted concentration is made on a special aspect of the Lord, and the resulting power is in accordance with that. This is the note he has given. So this, till the end of chapter, say about a few shlokas are there. 5 plus 3, 11. Lot of things are there. So you all can be very happy. You can do whatever you all want to have it. There are 9. Yes. Bhuta Suchatmani Vai Tanmatram Dhareyen Manah Animanamavapnoti Tanmatro Pasago Mama. The worshipper of the subtle matter attains. The worshipper of subtle matter attains to my power of minuteness. We spoke about minuteness. By concentrating the mind, which is also a subtle matter, on me as possessing the supervening adjunct of the subject matter. Minuteness is so that he can easily be penetrated to a rock. It's minuteness. Supervening adjunct is upadhi, that is something extraneous and that is superimposed. Now this minuteness, we said, comes into siddhis. Minuteness, lightness, all those things come under the minuteness, lightness and immensity. they all come into the, even though it's connected with the Sharira, they come with the Ashtasiddhis. So in order to attain that, what is the minuteness? Minuteness is that going into Sukshmata, Sukshma Sharira. The principle of, see, on that principle only, this minuteness only, the principle of Bhagavan, Vinayak's Vahana is rat. See. Somebody has such a huge one. His Vahana carrier is only rat. Why it is rat? The principle being that, principle is that Vinayak is the person who can go into minuteness of that. His Vahana is that. Vahana means that which is a carrier of you. Carrier of you is not carrier of, we always think that he has got a huge Sharira. Carrier of you means here, carrier of your mana, intellect and the antakarana. See, if the mana doesn't go, that's why Paragaya Praveshanam is done by the mana. Mind is going and entering into the other body and experiencing the other body and coming back. Mind is the one which goes and sees everything. No? He can witness everything. Even the, tapasvis also have got certain amount of siddhis, like sorry, I got towards certain things there, but going out of the body and traveling. Astral travel, astral projection. So the astral projection also is same way. It's a siddhi only. During the tapasya, this siddhi comes automatically. What is going astral in projecting the eye in the astral projection? It's the mind. So same way. Symbolically, the rat is the mind of Vinayak, where he can penetrate into anywhere and anything because it is minuteness. Compared to him, the rat is minute. You see, that's a minuteness. So the minuteness can penetrate into anywhere. So his tusk also is like the trunk also is like that. Even the minutest things on the ground can be picked up by that, so you can sense it. That's why. So Vinayaks. This is called minuteness. So a person who has got who is attaining to the Ashtasiddhis, or who will gain Ashtasiddhis during the process of tapasya, is that one, he can penetrate anywhere. This happens. He doesn't concentrate on that, and when you concentrate on that, or when you do tapasya on that for the benefit of the Ashtasiddhis, this siddhi automatically comes. All siddhis automatically comes for a person who is a great siddha. Some of them getting stuck to certain qualities and they don't progress beyond that. They get stuck by that and they practice that. They become an expert on that. Right, no problem. Okay. But they will not become the Brahma Sakshatkari. So this is the difference. I repeated this number of times so that our mind should be very firm and sure that we should not get stuck into these temporary, or they are all temporary. So long you are practicing, it is there, and if you don't practice sometime, it will not be there, it's gone. You see. This happens. So this is what is called the minuteness. So Bhuta Sukshmatmani Mayi Tanmatram Dharen Mana. Through the mana, you are in a position to. So initially, even when we are doing our meditation towards this one, we should go into that minuteness. Minuteness in the sense, what is that minuteness? This is what I wanted to explain in the last class itself. We have done it already. What have we done? We have renounced the Sharira, we have renounced the wealth, we have renounced the possessions, we have renounced everything Means what? You are gone into minuteness. You are gone into Sukshmata. Then what is left? Only your consciousness is left. Consciousness of the mind, in the mind, is left. That is what which is traveling towards that. When you have renounced it, what happened? You have become the minute. You become that minute so that you can penetrate into anywhere and anything. Is called minuteness. This minuteness is a quality in the siddhis, in the siddhas. And through the practice of the minuteness, one also becomes absolutely humble. Because he doesn't have the huge kaya, the ahankara of the huge kaya. Meghanath Chandra, Ravan's son, or Indra, what is it? Indradeep. What is his name? Indrajit. Indra ko jeet liya. Isliye Indrajit. He has got a lot of Maya Shakti. He can become huge. He can travel from here. He can appear there. He can appear there. Because of that, he has become an ahankari. See? He has become an ahankari because of his finding of his hugeness and replacement from one place to the other place. But whereas here, when you Tattva Shastra, when you go into that, Upanishadically, Bhagavan Ram and Lakshman, what happened? They are in the minuteness. This minuteness can penetrate anywhere. Even though he becomes huge, he becomes missing, he becomes hiding, he becomes this one, what happened? This can go anywhere, minute. Because of the tapasya, Siddhi, or because of the godliness in him, this minuteness can come anywhere you hide, he can find out. This is possible. So Rakshasas and others, they believed in that hugeness, which is not the truth. The minuteness where you have to penetrate into a yogi should be in a position to minutely travel with that. This minuteness, when it comes, he becomes small. Small in the sense he can reach anywhere and everywhere. He can get into anything and everything. That's called the small atom, the small so and so, the anu, paramanu, it becomes. So you have to become a paramanu. Experiencing that paramanu, this is what happens. When you become a paramanu, then only you will be in a position to understand everything in the world. Every small thing in the world. I told you about Maharishi Vasishtha when one was traveling, while walking, his Angavastra got caught into something and he pulled it. There was a small insect, said that this tapasvi, this Maharishi, or Vedavyasa, sorry, not Maharishi Vasishtha, Vedavyasa. This great tapasvi, he knows it's great. He's a great tapasvi, he claims. He doesn't know that how painful it is for me when he pulled his stone. He listened to that. He said, how did he understand this language? Small insect, which he did not know. How did he know that small insect has spoken to him this? It is not the language, it is the vibrations we call it, of course the thought vibrations. This thought perceiving the thought vibrations or transmitting the thought vibrations can be done only when you have the capacity to become minute. Are you getting it? This is Sddhi. Immediately it was told Bhagavan, Vedavyasa turned back and folded hands, said that I'm extremely sorry, I did not know my Angavastra caught in you and you got hurt by that. Please, what prayaschitta should I do? Please tell me, I am ready to do it. This is what is the greatness of the. This is what he said. Well, that's another chapter of it. I am talking about minuteness. So, this can be understood by minuteness. We say that I can understand the other man's feeling. We already see, even in normal our sense, uska dukh hum samajh sakte hain. No, we should help him out. He has got a lot of problem. This we have to help him out. Without his explaining you the intensity of the problem, The dukkha can be felt by the close ones. Pehchan sakta hai wo. Because through the aura, these vibrations comes, and at that point of time, in us, this capacity is there to become minute. And through that minuteness only, we are feeling, oh my God, that person is really having suffering. This understanding, and the intention of helping that person comes from the quality of minuteness. The difference is only this, that in human being, even though all qualities are there, they are all very temporary. They are not permanent. It has to be permanent in an absolute devotee and dedication. The man who has got Shraddha and Bhakti, and absolute devotion, absolute tapo shakti, he should have constantly this feeling. Then only he, even like him, like the Maharishi, even just walking, he should be able to understand what is the other's feeling. It should be not only when we are closer to the persons here. The human being also has got this capacity. So this is called minuteness, identifying the other's difficulty. That is one example, others' difficulty. That's not minuteness. Understanding others' difficulty can be done through various other methods. Please don't confer this with this. This one is only an example. That's all. But I mean to say that with minuteness, one can penetrate into anything and everything, including God. Including God is what I am trying to tell you. This I told you as an example of that. But knowing others' difficulty, knowing others' feelings can happen with various other techniques also. It's okay. But everything is known as that minuteness, because this is understood through the atom level. It is at the smaller level. It is not at the gross level. Is called minuteness. Clear? That's why the minuteness. That's why when he does tapasya, he is not aware of his sharira, he is not aware of anything. Then what is he? We say shunyata, he is nothing. What is this nothing? Nothing is that absolute minuteness which is not even visible is called shunyata. Shunya is for whom? For the one who can identify this is shunya. Below the identity, that's why atom or below atom, no, anima, mahima or latima, things like that. And an absolute particle of atom, bifurcation of atom, absolute smallness, absolute tiny, absolute powerful, so that one can be anywhere and everywhere. Now that's the minuteness. To be in minute, to be is called, that's called that absolute minuteness is also known as shunyata. That's all. When in absolute minuteness, what happens? Shunya. Others cannot see it. That's what shunyata. Am I clear about the minuteness? This capacity of minuteness in every aspect in the minuteness. Not that you are small. Never interpret it like that. I am small. No. One is calling small. Small means that you are not good for anything. Not that. You are not small. You are minute. Minute means most powerful. Atom. Minute is most powerful, but cannot be seen. No? Invisible. The one which is invisible is most powerful, is it not? You may not agree, no? I'll tell you how we can make you agree. The most invisible fear is the one which is troubling you, is it not? Most invisible trouble is the one which is fearing you. Tomorrow what will happen? If this happens, what will happen? If that happens, what will happen? Is it not? This unknown, is it not, is most powerful. One can make one mad, the unknown. My God, what will happen? One can go mad. No? So powerful it is. Just one thinking, is it not? Just sit and think what will happen next moment, what is going to happen to me, you will have it. One thought. Just a thought, see? Just a thought of infinite. Just a thought of minuteness. Just a thought of shunyata makes you trouble. Same thing, one can become happy also. Next moment this is going to happen. Next moment there will be Atma Sakshatkaram. Same thing which can, whether it is happiness or whether it is fearfulness, this can make you, one thought which is not true, which is invisible, which is infinite, can make you change your mind like that. Now you can imagine when you yourself become absolutely minute, where all you can penetrate and what all one can do. One becomes, that's why they say, one becomes God at that time. The level of God, when it is minute. No requirements. Once you become minute, there are no requirements. When you have no requirements, there is no attachment, there is no desire, there is no moha, there is no ahankara. Who is he? God. He becomes a God. Minuteness in siddhis of Ishvara. One is minuteness, to be minute. In order to be minute, you have to shed all those which are not minute. So to be going into the Sukshma power. Go into your Sukshma power. That means go back to your reality. What is Sukshma power? Go to your reality. What is the truth? The truth is that you are that Brahman. That's it. This is what ultimately you will come to. Is it clear? How beautiful it is, but even though told only in one word, no minuteness. Now unless this is totally explained, how the disciple will not be in a position to understand it. Mahatyatmanmayi pare yatha samstham manodadhat mahimanamavapnoti bhudanam cha pratak pratak. Bhudanam cha pratak pratak. Separate. Fixing on me, mahatyatmanam atmanyamai pare. Fixing on me, fixing the mind on me, as possessing and supervening adjunct of the intelligent cosmic mind. Yatha samstam mano tadam. Intelligent cosmic mind, one's mind which is characterized by similar attribute. Similar attribute is intelligence, intellect and intelligence. Intelligence. One attains the power of immensity, and concentrating on me as possessed of the adjunct of ether and other elements, like other elements are wind, fire, water, earth, no? All those things are the elements. One attains the respective immensities of those elements. Fixing on me, mahatyatmanmayi. You can do whatever it is. Mahatyatmanmayi. This Atma, mahatyatmanmayi, Atma, your mind, your intellect, your Atma, everything you fix on me, Mayi. Bhagavat Swarup. We spoke about the, remember we spoke about the Akara, Bhagavan. So whole of Bhagavan, then only you also said concentrate on Mukham, the face, we said at last. The whole Akara, then Mukham. Then we explained about how the face of the Bhagavan and all that we explained. None of the class. What is that actually? That attraction, attachment. So he said, Mahatatmanam Vai Pare Yatham Samstam Manodadam Mahiman Mavapnodi Bhudanam ja pratak pratak. Each Buddha you can identify in you. Each Buddha can identify in you. Each Ishwaratva can be felt in you. That means when you are in a position to fix on, Bhagavan says, fix on me. We spoke about, specifically remember, Susmera Mukham, Susmera Vadanam, Susmera Mukham. So when we concentrate on Bhagavan, suppose Bhagavan that people who are not in a position to identify, understand that beyond that nothingness are not able to concentrate, Rupa of Bhagavan can be assumed, Rupa of Guru can be assumed. Anything whom you think is greatest. Guru Rupa, it is told in somewhere there. So, Susmera Vadanam, Susmera Mukham, pleasantness, Susmera, it's only to be pleasant, to be identifying as pleasantness. Not a struggling Bhagavan. Should be very pleasant Bhagavan. That's what the principle is. That's so that the mind is easily attracted towards the happiness. Once it is happy, it doesn't look for problems. So that is one of the discussions at whether how the Hindu Tattva is superb on that. Many of the gods in Susmera, or many shapes and forms, many of these things you can assume according to your own purpose, which gives you the pleasure, which gives you the happiness. Ultimately the form is nothing beyond it, and one goes into beyond the form and shape. Form and shape is only an upadhi, that's a mediator. So they are also, many of them, they have got gurus. The greatest guru, like Shukracharya, he said, Mama Guru is Bhagavan Shiva is his Guru. So he sees his Guru Vadanam, Guru Mukham, and the Vani from him and all that he listens to that. Either it can be, so fixing on me. When you do that, what happens gradually, you will be in a position to experience all the elements pratak separately, identify them, each one separately in you. You are the, that Agni, Vayu, Jalam, Prithvi, Akasha, everything is you. That means you will be disintegrated in that. It's called immensity. One is minuteness, second is immensity. The immensity is an immense feeling of that. You are all over that, then you are not individual. Then that immensity cannot be felt. If it is an individual locked in a sharira, you will not be feeling the immensity, it's not possible. So, then the third one is Paramanumaye Chittam Bhudanamaye Ranjayan. Paramanumaye Chittam Bhudanamaye Ranjayan Kala Sushmat Nadam Yogi Lakhimanamavaprudat. Lakhima, that is lightness. The third one was lightness. Paramanu Maye Chittam, attaching the mind to me. Paramanu Maye Chittam. You Chittam, this is small anu only. Paramanu Maye Chittam, to merge with me, identify me in that. In that Chittam, in your Bodham, you identify me. Or in the other words, this is what I have always told, Brahmavat Brahmaiva Bhavati. When your Chittam, when you are thinking that Ishvara is the Jnanam, Chittam is Jnanam. In fact, Brahman, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahman, Sarvam Brahmamaya. Or Prajnanam Brahma, Vedavakya, Mahavakyam, Prajnanam Brahma. Jnanam is Brahman, Prajnanam is Brahman. Identification of Jnanam as Brahman. So Paramanumaye Chittam. Chittam should be identified as me, is one meaning. Paramanumaye Chittam, you join your Chitta in the Paramanutva of me. Paramanumaye Chittam. It can be the other. So many meanings. Or you as a Paramanu in Chitta merge with me. Third meaning. Anything, whatever it is there, it is merging with Bhagavan. That's all. In whichever manner. See, many of Acharyas will interpret it in 3 different ways. That's all. That's okay. It's all the same. Chitta merging with Bhagavan as a Paramanu. Jnanam as identifying as Paramanu, and Chittam is naturally identified as one with the Brahman already. Or the Paramanu or Chitta as a Paramanu merging with the Ishwaratvam or the Ishwara. Bhutanam Mairanjayan, attaching the mind on me as possessing the adjunct of the atomic state of the elements. Bhutanam Mairanjayan, that means being the Paramanu, joining that. The whole elements, all the elements in Paramanutva, entering into the Paramanutva and having the layam, Ranjayan. This you can feel. The whole universe coming into you and merging into you. Finished. All the Panchatattva's, all the Panchabhutas, all the Panchendriyas, Panchapranas, everything going into that Paramatma. So you have to feel one by one. Panchatattva's, Panchatattva's, Panchapranas, Panchaindriyas, all one by one, merging into that Paramanu and become. Then only the Chittam is complete. Then the Jnanam is complete. Chittam is complete. That Jnanam merges with that Paramanutva of Bhagavan, Mairanjayan. Kala Sushma Tvayam Yogi, Tadam Yogi. So what happens? The yogi attains Kala Sushma Atmatam. When it becomes absolute more Sushma, what happens? Lakhimana Vavapriyat. Absolute lightness happens. Kala Sushma Atmatam. Kala Sushma Atmatam. During this process of doing all these things, Sushma Atmatvam. That means Atma becomes absolute Sushma. Then that means, oh yogi, at that point of time, yogi attains the Lakhutvam, lightness. This is when the levitation takes place. In the Lakhima. When it is Lakhu, when it is Lakhima, when it is automatic, this is all done by tapasya. Automatically what happens? The yogi gets out of the gravitational force of the earth, because the Panchabhuta itself is in that anu. Merged in that anu. Panchapranas, everything is in that anu. So there is nothing outside which can attract him to that. So the yogi automatically levitates this Lakhima. Now comes Dharayanmayaham Tatve Mano Vaikarike Khilam Sarvendriyanam Atmatvam Praptim Prapnoti Manmana. Concentrating on the entire mind. Dharayanmayahatam Atamatve Mano Vaikarike Akhilam. As possessing the adjunct of the pure ego Vaikarika, all the vikaras, one becomes by this absorption in me. the presiding deity of each of the organ. This is known as the power of attainment. Hence he can direct them any way he likes. He can touch the moon with his finger. Concentrating on the entire mind. Now these are all advanced techniques. Many people cannot do it. That's why these siddhis are the advanced status. We can understand this sattva, but that is at a lower conscious level. These are all at a higher conscious level. Why? You can yourself understand now. See, I'll tell you. Concentrating the entire mind on me. Mana, it layam into the antakarna into the antaratma into the jivatma into Brahman. How to do this layam? It's at a higher Sddhi. But we have to understand this. Concentrating the mind on me as how? As possessing adjunct of the pure ego, vaikarike akilam. All the vikaras of you. So here it is only so told about the pure ego. The ego center, the ahankara. The ahankara means the ahokara, unless the sharira, because whenever the sharira and mana is created, intellect is created, antakarna is created, there has to be an ahankara. Intellect has to have an ahankara. Then only he can identify his body and his mind, and he is separate so that he can execute his karma. This is called the pure ego. Pure ego. One is pure ego, so there is an impure ego. That's what we call normally that ego. Generally people talk about the ego as understanding of the truth that I am not the sharira and mana, but I am the Paramatma, is the pure ego. The ahankara is that I am the sharira, I am the mana, I am powerful, I possess this is called the impure ego. We are talking, generally we talk only about the impure ego because we are at a lower conscious level. Discussions are all on the lower conscious level. But in the higher conscious level, there is a pure ego, because unless a jivatma, whenever a jivatma is created, a pure ego has to be created. Because even to do tapasya, a pure ego is required, because I am doing tapasya. That's a pure ego. I can do this. This is impure ego. That is the atrocities. Somebody asked, what is the ahankara? I told once, long back, I still remember, I don't know whether you all remember in the class, I used to tell how to identify it is ahankara or confidence or it is tattva shastra. I am doing it and I can do it. From this you can understand which is the ahankara. No? I hope I don't have to explain more on this. So what happens? What did I say about? Concentrating on the entire mind. The whole mind to concentrate on Bhagavan. That means absolute samarpana. Whole mind concentrating on means what? What is that? Samarpanam, that's all. Samarpana means neither you have a mind nor you have a sharira. So automatically all the attributes connected to these are no more there. So when it is no more there, who are you? You are an anu, Paramanu. Who is that? Who enters into me? When you enter into me, what happens? All the organs, the presiding deity, hence he can direct them as the way he likes. Since his mind itself is merged with the intellect and the Ishwaratva, he can direct himself to anything. Here, for an example, he says that you can touch the moon with the finger. In the sense, not physically touching the moon with the finger, because he becomes one with the Parabrahman, and the moon is in the Parabrahman, so he can touch it. Like I am touching me. Like I am touching my hand, my face, my nose. I can touch moon, sun, earth, vayu. because everything is me. When you go, so these are all very high tapasya. Now, when you do this only, this Siddhi we have to get, then only we will be merging with the Lord. That's why these Siddhis are good. This is very important also. Our intention is to be with the Brahman, not the not attaining siddhis and retiring for next life, till next life. That's not the intention. This time you will have siddhis, next life again you have to acquire siddhis. Mahatyatmaniya pusutre dare mai manasam pragamyam parameshtatyam me viddade vekta janmana. One who concentrates in mind on me as possessing the adjunct and the active cosmic mind, which is born of the undifferentiated. Undifferentiated means the Lord's inscrutable power for projecting is undifferentiated. Obtains my rare power of capacity. The capacity is infallible willpower or anything that he can do. He can walk on the water, he can fly, swim, fly, things like that. They derive enjoyment from the everything. One who concentrates the mind again. Atma Samarpanam. Now, here, instead of explaining so much, just let me put it once more. Atma Samarpanam at the feet of the Lord. That's all. He said about the adjunct of the active cosmic mind. What is that? Everything put together is Atma. Finished. So Atma Samarpanam. In Sanskrit, one word. Atma Samarpanam to the Bhagavan. That's all. Atma Samarpanam means how to do that. Where is the Atma? First of all, you have to find out where is the Atma to do Samarpana of the Atma. So you have to be separate of the Atma. Then only you can take the Atma and do Samarpana, like putting the flowers on the feet. Pushpaharpanam Samarpayami. Atmarpanam Samarpayami. That cannot be done, no? It's not possible. But you have to do absolute surrender, absolute Samarpanam, absolute Upasana, one with the Guru, they said. One with the Jnanam. You have to be one with the Jnanam. That is, the embodiment of Jnanam is Guru. One with that Jnanam. Then you will be in a position to attain that Lord. So one who concentrates on me as possessing of the adjunct of the cosmic mind, active cosmic mind is why I said Atma Samarpana. That's what the activity of the cosmic mind. Cosmic mind is Atma. Cosmic mind is Atma. Active cosmic mind is the one who has to do the Samarpana. That's why Atma Samarpanam is the translation. Which is born undifferentiated naturally. Atma. Who is born undifferentiated from the inscrutable power of the Lord? It's the Atma. Has to be done. The Atma Samarpana has to be done. Be with that. First you do the Atma Samarpanam, the rest we will take in the next class. After you do the Atma Samarpanam. No? So we will, next class will be 15th shloka. Okay? Of which chapter? Chapter 10, no? Chapter 10, 15th shloka of Bhagavan's advice on the various practices of meditation for various siddhis, which manner it has to be done. The advice to the Uddhava, so that Uddhava can tell about the humanity they can try and they can observe that and be one with that Brahman is the purpose of it. Om Shanti.